Hey, good morning, kids. How the heck is everybody today? It's a beautiful Saturday in the neighborhood. And today, kids, we're going to talk about Electrolysis Enhancer Solution for Con's water machine. And as you all know, we are the Con family. We're here to change the world, and we're doing it one glass of hydrogen-rich, oxygen-saturated, incredibly hydrating Kangen 9.5 at a time, one lightning bolt in a box, one awesome show, one incredible guest, one amazing family at a time. And so today, I know that I've had a lot of people that have asked me how to make electrolysis enhancer because they don't want to deal with the expensive, hypocritical pet peeve of mine with Enagic, in that they sell electrolysis enhancer in these plastic bottles. You know, I mean, this right here kind of irks me, you guys. This is my one pet peeve with Enagic, is that they make us buy this, or they want us to buy this. In fact, they make us do it, really, and I'll get to that in a second. But these bottles are really super sturdy, thick bottles, you know, like unlike some of the plastic water bottles that they're like really cheesy, cheap plastic. And those things, you know, you hear 10,000 years to biodegrade, you know, and well, if those things take 10,000 years, these are going to take 1,000,000 years to biodegrade, because these are really super thick. They're filled with water, salt water. It ends up costing you like $6 a bottle. It's pretty ridiculous, actually. But that really infuriated me right from the beginning, and I never wanted to buy this stuff from Enagic. I never have. In the 2.5 years that I've had my Con machine, I've never purchased electrolysis enhancer in the bottle from Enagic. And so anyway, what I'm going to give you guys today is my recipe. And I've been using this recipe for probably about 1.5 years now, and it works great. My machine works great. My water's strong. It always tests out on the ORP meter. I've used it for all kinds of things, from curing, you know, from healing my earaches to my toothaches to dealing with my big kitty, my big Johnny. I helped deal with a big abscess that he had from getting in a fight with another one of the neighborhood kitties. And so anyway, lots of things. I've even put that the 2.5 hypochlorous acid in my eyes. Well, the one eye, when I stabbed myself with a lilac bush. But anyway, I got to give a disclaimer. This is really important. This is what I do. This is not approved by Enagic. The last time I put this information up online, they made me take it down. And I wrote them a very strongly worded letter telling them what hypocrites they were. But anyway, I don't care. I'm going to use it. You guys do what you want. I'm going to use this method, and I've been using it. And, you know, the thing is with Enagic, if they find out you're doing this, it'll void your warranty. Fine with me. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't care about that. I don't care about commissions. I know there's a lot of people out there, a lot of distributors out there, that they love selling this because they like to get the commissions off of it. And in my opinion, this is blood money, and I'm not interested in it. I don't want commission from something like this. And so, you know, but that's just me, you guys. I'm just sharing what I do. I want you to know, I want you to understand that it's not approved by Enagic. And I would appreciate it if you guys would not share this thing out publicly, because if you do, they'll end up making you take it down. They'll probably, if they see this on the Con Family Show, they'll probably make me take it down, and that's fine and dandy. But I pretty much just share this with my team members and with people who are interested in another way that they can make their own electrolysis enhancer without having to be hypocrites buying it from Enagic. And so with all that said, this is what you need. You need yourself a measuring cup. You need yourself, if preferably, a good thing to have is a great big pitcher. And I like this great big pitcher. And then you can get this salt right here from Enagic. You can get this in the supplies section. It is a 1 kilogram bag of pure salt. And one thing about this, you guys, is I never ever use any other salt than Enagic salt because it's pure. Morning there, Tree Hugger and Rodgar. Good seeing you guys this morning. But anyway, so yeah, here's your salt. Here's your big old pitcher. Here's your measuring cup. And then what I have, and you guys can do whatever you want, these are half-gallon juice containers that I use. Half-gallon, I use 2 of them. These are 64 ounces each. And I end up splitting, because this is a 132 ounce pitcher right here. It holds 132 ounces of water. And then I take, and this is 128 ounces between these two, and I split it between those two and put the remaining 4 ounces in my little bottle. Okay, and then I always just keep this thing, full. You know, if you guys have I keep it full and keep it back here behind my machine, so that whenever I see that little ball in my little window, I can go ahead and pour it in and just always keep it full. So anyway, what I do first is I'm mixing up 16 ounces of salt to 132 ounces of clean water from out of my Kangen water machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, see this here, I'm going to just cut, let's see, I better adjust here down to the level where you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to just take and cut the corner off of this bag. And then I'm going to pour, I want 16 ounces of this salt, which is 1 pound. So I'm going to just do that kind of thing, try to level it out as best I can. That's pretty close. If you go a little bit over, it isn't going to hurt you. It's not a problem. So basically about 16 ounces. There we go. That's pretty close to 16 ounces. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour that salt right here into my big old pitcher. And so what you're seeing right there, that's how much salt is in there. Good morning there, Rodgar. Okay, so now what I'm going to do.
Good morning.
I'm going to put, because it's 132 ounces divided by 16 ounces, because I have 16 ounces of water for my measuring cup. So if you go 132 divided by 16, that equals 8.25 16 ounce, you know, eight of these 16 ounces, and then 1 more quarter cup. Okay, so I'm going to take my clean water from out of the machine. I'm going to hit the clean water. I'm going to hit the clean water setting, and I'm going to run myself the water that I need for this baby. So I need 8.25 of these. Come on.
Can you hear filled up?
2
and half. JJ, you need to smile.
3 4 5. Six. Seven.
Yes, you forgot to smile.
8. And a quarter. There we go. Pretty simple, pretty easy right there. And then now the other thing you need is like some sort of a big stir stick. And I use this wooden spatula here. And what I'm going to do is just get this down in there, and I'm going to stir this thing for a minute or two.
Are you sure that's good enough?
What's that?
Are you sure that's good enough? Minute or two?
Well, you know, the thing is, the key there, Rodgar, is to just make sure that you don't see any clumping salt down in there anywhere, that you can tell that it's nice and
Melted.
dissolved in the water. That's the main thing. What's up there, sweetie? You need to get some water? My sweetheart, she needs some Kong's water. So we're gonna, while we're letting this mix and hanging tight, come on over, sweetie. Come and say hi to everybody.
Good morning, JJ.
Here's my sweetheart. Oh, let's slow that down a little bit. I never run my 9.5 water at full speed, ever.
Oh, the same here. Slowly.
Always run it at a little bit slower pace. Okay, so now back to mixing. Got my sweetie hydrated. Hydrated with Kong. So yeah, you know, once you mix this up like this, you can tell that there's nothing that's still in there, and that's the main thing. You just want to make sure that all that salt is completely dissolved in the water. And of course, I like to rinse the salt off. And this right here, you guys, this is, I don't know if you guys notice here, but Kong has his own spring. See this? See this? I don't have any diverter hooked up to this, which is really sweet. I got to credit my sweetie with this too.
Look at here, JJ. That's the same way.
You got yours set up that way too, Rodgar?
Yeah, there's the other one.
What I'm talking about, brother. You know, dummy. Bless your heart. So now with this bag of salt, I've got one more round of this because this actually has 2.2 pounds of salt in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just save this up, and this is pretty much what I need for my next batch, which I won't need another batch for about 8 months to a year, something like that. This much electrolysis enhancer lasts for quite some time. And so now the final part of this process is to simply take your jugs that you have here, and we are going to pour. This is why I like using this pitcher, because it makes it simple to pour it into these jugs.
Hey, JJ, just to distract you, is this the one?
What's that?
Is this the one, what you have there, like the salt?
No, that's citric acid powder.
Oh, okay.
You want salt. And you can get your citric acid powder on Amazon.
And that's where I'm looking at Amazon.
Yeah,
Oh,
you don't want to get your salt from Amazon. You want to get your salt from Enagic.
okay.
You get it in the supplies section.
Enagic.
In your back office, in the store, just go to the supplies section, and you can get that they're $5 a bag. In fact, you know, when I buy it, I always buy 5 bags at a time, because that way the shipping's not so expensive. Because if you just buy 1 bag, the shipping costs you more than the salt does.
Oh,
Okay.
So there's one. Got that one there. I'm just going to put that right there. And then I'm going to fill up this other one.
Enagic.
So there we go. Now I have my 132 ounces into these 2 containers. And that's kind of weird because these are 60. Oh no, these are 101. Okay, I was thinking these were 64 ounces. They're not. They're 101 ounces. And so anyway, but there's my electrolysis enhancer right there. Now what I'm going to do is just take this and put it in a closet where I store it. And when I need it, I just simply pour it into my bottle, you know, and right now, because I'm in the process of doing this, my electrolysis tank is already full, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I am going to pour a little bit of this. Now you can use a funnel if you want to, but I've found it's fairly easy to just pour it right out of here.
Yeah, he's already good at it. He did it many times.
But I like to keep my electrolysis bottle, I like to keep it full and keep it back behind my machine because I don't want to have to go running for it when I notice that it's getting low. And I'm in the middle of making 11.5 or 2.5 water. And so there you go, kids. That's all it takes, a couple of jugs. I noticed you can actually use a 1 gallon container. Like if you go to the dollar store, they sell this bottled water in 1 gallon containers for $1. Just take that bottle, pour the water out, give it to your plants. Don't drink it. You might want to test it first, just because you can do a ORP test and a pH test and just test it just to see, because what you'll see is, you know, a lot of times you'll see a neutral water as far as the pH is concerned. It'll be like a blue or a green, maybe a little bit on the acidic side. But when you measure the ORP, you're always going to have a high positive ORP, generally in the 300s or so, something like that. But so to recap, you need a couple of jugs or a gallon jug, but a gallon jug is 128 ounces. What you're making here, what I just made, was 132 ounces. And so in a gallon jug, most of it fills up that gallon jug, and the other 4 ounces that you have, you just pour it into your electrolysis bottle. And the other thing you need is just a measuring cup. And for you Canucks, it has milliliters, and you can just take one of these and kind of convert it out for yourself if you're preferring to work in milliliters. And that's fine and dandy. We down here in the States, we refuse to go to that metric system. But anyway, you know, hey, it's probably better, but whatever, I don't care. It's okay with me, whichever direction we go. But
how much is 132 ounces in liters?
Is that 132 ounces is 1 liter?
Yeah, how much is that in liters?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, when I want to know, I go to the internet and ask the internet how to convert.
Look. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there is another method that you can use for doing this, of which you can do a smaller batch. I don't like doing small batches because I only want to have to do this like once every 8 months, once a year, something like that. So I do this large batch. You guys, if you want to, you can do 300 milliliters of salt or 300 grams of salt. 300 milliliters and 300 grams. I just looked that up today to confirm on the internet, and 300 milliliters is the exact same as 300 grams. And so you just go to the 300 milliliter mark right here, fill that up with salt to that point, and then you use 4.96 cups of the water, which is like 40 ounces, something like that, 40 some odd ounces. But anyway, yeah, I like to mix up the large amounts of the salt water so that I only have to do it every now and again. And, you know, another thing I'll tell you guys, whenever I order this salt, and once again, this is just me, you guys do what you want to do. And remember that this is not approved by Enagic. I want you to remember that. It's very important. This is not approved by Enagic, but I don't care. Me, I don't care. If you care, then don't use this method. Go and buy your hypocritical bottles from Enagic. That's fine with me if that's the way you want to roll. But me, I'm not into hypocrisy, and so I had to find a different way to do it because I'm just not going to do that. And I don't care what Enagic says. I don't care if it ruins my warranty because, quite frankly, in my 53 years of youth, I have never, well, actually, there's been like 1 or 2 times throughout my life where a warranty has come into play and actually paid for itself. And it's extremely rare that a warranty actually comes into play. And the thing is about Enagic, I happen to know that this machine right here is built like a brick shit house and it's designed to last forever. And as long as you take care of it, it's going to be just fine. And so anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And when I ordered the salt, I was telling you, I always order at least 5 bags at a time. And that way it saves me on the shipping per bag. And then the other thing to that is I like to have the bags around. And that way, whenever somebody buys a machine from me that's here locally, where I'm actually the one who goes and installs it for them, I always take them a bag of this salt, give it to them, and I give them the recipe for making their electrolysis enhancer. And that way they know right from the beginning how they can do it, how they can save money on the electrolysis enhancer. Because one thing about doing it this way, you guys, you can clean everything and anything that you want to clean, and you don't even have to give it a thought. And so that's what I do. You guys do what you want to do, and this, you know, I can't emphasize this enough to everybody that's going to be seeing this. Enagic does not approve this message. They do not approve it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they'd even get a hold of me and make me take it down. And that's fine with me, but I'll just keep it. I'll keep my record of it. I'll keep my recording of it. And I'll give it to my teammates and I'll tell them the same thing that I'm telling you guys. You can use it if you want to. If Enagic finds out about it, they're going to void your warranty, and I don't care about that. And so, but I want you guys to know that, because I don't want you getting mad at me when they void your warranty, if they void your warranty, you know. But I honestly, this thing's got a 5-year warranty on it, and I don't anticipate needing to use it because I'm going to take care of it, and I don't anticipate that needing to be a problem. I met a guy who's had his machine for 35 years, and that was 2 years ago. So now his machine is 37 years old. And he told me it still works just as good today as when I smuggled it in from Japan 35 years ago. And so that's the way I'm going to roll with it, you guys. I just wanted to do this little episode of the Kong Family Show today because I've had a lot of people asking me about how to make the electrolysis enhancer. And so what I decided, because I'm out, I ran out of electrolysis enhancer, so it was time for me to make some more. So I figured I'd come in and give you guys a little bit of value, give you something that would help you out, and get you guys so that you don't have to be hypocrites. And so anyway, I love you guys. Julio, yeah, check it out. You can watch it a little bit later or whatever. I'll get the, you can either watch it on the Kong Family page, or I will have the recording up here in the next few hours because this is a pretty short one, so I'll get the recording pretty quick, and I've got the time to get it up. So I'll get it up, but it's not going to go on to the normal Kong Family Show YouTube channel. It's just going to go on to a different little area that makes it a little harder to find. That way, because this is the thing, you guys, is that the last time I put one of these things up, it wasn't a video, it was just a description of how to do this. And I had some little POS, she reported me to Enagic. And then Enagic sent me a letter, sent me an email telling me to take it down. And I did. I took it down, but not before I sent them a really pissed off letter telling them what hypocrites they are for doing this. Because, think about this, you guys. They could actually give us, they could send with our machines, they could send one of these full of electrolysis enhancer that comes with the machine and this one bottle. And this one bottle will last you forever. There is no reason why you need to be getting in 6 bottles at a time. What are you going to do with all these bottles? Where do you think they're going to end up at some point? And you got millions of Kong machines out there. That's millions of bottles that we're adding to the environment. We're supposed to be taking these things out of the environment, kids. And so, that's something that's a real issue for me. And I hope to see it changed, because the thing that they could do, and this is what I did for the first probably 9 months, maybe a year that I was involved with Enagic, is I bought these little packets of salt from this Amazon thing called electrolysisenhancer.com. And you could buy these little plastic packets of salt that were the exact amount that you needed to mix up one of these bottles of salt water, of electrolysis enhancer. And that's what I did for probably the first year. And then all of a sudden they went out of business and they're no longer there. So I had to go do some searching, and I found something on the internet to be able to mix up my own. And the thing is, you guys, is that Enagic could do the exact same thing that electrolysisenhancer.com was doing. They could sell us these little teeny packets of salt, and they could sell them to us a dozen at a time, 24 at a time, whatever, and you've got this little light box that's not going to cost hardly anything to ship. And then when you're ready to mix up, you just dump that little packet in there, fill it up with clean water, and bam, you've got your electrolysis enhancer. Because quite frankly, when I first got my machine and I saw that I had to buy this electrolysis enhancer in these bottles and how much it was, I was pissed. I literally got pissed off at Tim McGaffin, my sponsor. I called him up all pissed off and said, "This is bullshit, dude. What the hell kind of crap is this? This is, right out of the chute, the whole thing of having to buy them in plastic bottles, that pissed me off." And then when I saw that it ended up being like $6 a bottle, and when I saw how fast this machine goes through this electrolysis enhancer, I was like, man, this is going to cost me a freaking fortune. And I was not excited about that. And he said, no worries, dude. We got another option that we can use that costs us like $2 a piece. And I went, oh, okay, cool. And that's when he introduced me to the electrolysisenhancer.com people. And keep in mind, if you were to use electrolysisenhancer.com for your electrolysis enhancer salt, that voids your warranty too. So I was literally voiding my warranty right from the beginning. And I don't care. You guys, if you care, then obviously go get your bottles from Enagic. But anyway, you guys, that pretty much sums up today's show. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys could please just kind of keep this information to your teams, share it out as you want to, but make sure to let everybody know this is not approved. And that's what I'm hoping, is that when I tell everybody and I give that caveat that, hey, this is not accepted by them, and so you're going to do this at your own risk. And for me, I'm happy to take the risk, and you guys can either use it or don't use it. That's up to you. But I want to make sure to give that disclaimer out there and let everybody know that This is not approved by Enagic. And it's my one big pet peeve that I have with Enagic. Other than that, I absolutely love this company, and I'm going to continue to make it my life's mission to share this water, share the magic of this whole situation with the world. So anyway, you guys, with that said, that pretty much sums up what we have for today. Remember, we are the Conch family. We're here to change the world. One glass of hydrogen-rich, oxygen-saturated, incredibly hydrating, 9.5 at a time. One incredible lightning bolt in a box over there at a time. And one awesome episode of the show, one amazing family, one incredible guest. Next week, you guys, we have a big week coming up next week, all the way through Thursday. We've got Coach Menard coming in on Monday. We've got Dan Edlund and the gang coming in on Tuesday. We got Sam Tran coming in on Wednesday. We're going to do simple science with the Samurai Nader, and he's going to be cutting open one of the aftermarket filters that you can buy for the SD501. You can buy a filter on there for like 28 bucks, and I bought one and sent it up to him. And on Wednesday, he's going to slice and dice that baby open and do it live on the Conch Family Show, so you can see the difference between the Enagic filter that costs us $100 when it's on sale, $120 when it's not, and this other one that's $27.90 and on Amazon Prime. So anyway, and then on Thursday we've got Fred Brown, the guy that runs the Las Vegas water store, coming on the show, and so I'm real excited about that. He's talking about wanting to get Dr. Filtzer on the show, which that would be really cool. I would love to get Dr. Filtzer on the show, and so it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to talk to Fred Brown, because he's going to probably be able to give us a little update on what's going on with FDA approval, because they're trying, apparently Enagic is trying to get FDA approval as a medical device for the Kangen water machine down here in the States. And if that ends up happening, you know, there's a few people, myself included, who are concerned about that kind of thing, because with it being declared as a medical device, it could put stipulations on whether we can actually sell it or not. And I would, you know, I don't know where that's all going to go, but Fred doesn't seem to be concerned about it. Neither does Dr. Filtzer. So we'll see how it all works out, guys, and we'll look forward to having a big week with you next week. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be doing a show. I've got a special one-on-one training going tomorrow in regards to restaurants with Steve Beaumont. And what I'll do is, what I learned from that, I'll turn around and do another show at another time and give that information out to you guys, because I want to learn how to get these things into restaurants. It's a huge thing, huge part of what I want to do. And I want to teach all you guys to do it as well. Once I understand it, once I have good information, I want to get it out to you guys as well. So anyway, love you guys so much. Have an awesome rest of the weekend. Have a great day. And as usual, of course, you know what is coming next. Do not forget your hugs and your hooty-hoos. Get out there, change the world, starting with your own. Love you guys. Make it a great one. Bye for now.
Woo-hoo.